My brothers and sisters, the last few moments I'd like to dedicate to the suffering of our brothers and sisters in Palestine. Wallahi, what we have seen in the last few days is even worse than what we saw at the beginning of this crisis. And what is going on? Yes, martyrs will enter Jannah. Yes, martyrs have a very, very high rank. And yes, Allah has a quota of martyrs that He has to and will take every single year. But that does not mean we do not feel it. There are 3 levels that the Prophet speaks about, no 4th level. The first is, you feel in your heart that what they are doing is wrong to our brothers and sisters, and you pray for them. And you care in the way that your sleep is affected, because that which they are doing to them, they could do it to you and I. And you know what? Given the opportunity, they would. They would. Those are criminals, man, they would. And at the same time, secondly, if Allah has given you the ability to talk about it, to conscientize about it, like what we are doing right now, you talk about it, tell the others and tell those who are perpetrating the crime that you are wrong. What you are doing is wrong, unacceptable. You will be punished for it in this world and the next. And they might get away a little bit here. They will not get away in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the third, those in authority who have the ability and capacity, they should stop them with their hands. The unfortunate reality on the ground is that it seems like no one can do anything about it. We are helpless and frustrated. May Allah Almighty protect us. They are doing that to people who just want their land back. Nothing else. Please give us back our land. You came and you took this land in the early 1940s. We just want it back. That's all. That's all. That's the truth of the story, as simple as one sentence. The Palestinians, the only thing they want back is their land. They've never asked for anything else. Please give us our land back. Whatever you took 1948, please give it back to us. That's all they are saying. For that, the whole war has actually twisted the hearts and minds of so many on earth because the wrong propaganda came in to make them feel it's your ancestral land. I've always said there is a difference between ethnicity and religion. People could be from Africa, but they are Muslims. It doesn't mean that Muhammad was an Arab. That is only Arabs who are Muslims. Your ethnicity is one thing, your religion is something else. So it doesn't mean that because you're Jewish, you're entitled to land where Musa was or Moses or biblical land just because you're a Christian. We have so many Christians all over. None of them have come out and claimed that that land is ours. They know we have a connection to Jerusalem and Bethlehem, and the Muslims who ruled have always allowed the Jews and the Christians access to that land. They've allowed them access to their churches and synagogues. But can I tell you what? Now some of these Jews known as Zionists, the ones who want to claim this saying that it's our ancestral land, when it's not their ancestral land. In actual fact, they are not from the Middle East, and their DNA proves it. They are not from the Middle East. So what happened to those who were Jewish at the time? Obviously and naturally, and it is proven that over time they became Muslim. Many of them became Christian. When Jesus AS came, Jesus AS was sent to Banu Israel. They became Christian, and from there they became Muslim. And some who did not become Christian jumped straight from Judaism into Islam. So if you look at the Palestinians who are Muslim, they are the original owners of that land ancestrally. They changed their religion. That's what happened. They changed their religion. Changing your religion does not disqualify you from owning what was yours. My ownership is my ownership, no matter what faith I belong to. So this is the crisis. That's why, when you hear, well, you know what? Biblically, it's theirs. It's whose? If biblically it is theirs, then I can tell you biblically the same rule would apply that the billion Christians on earth would be able to claim it too. But they didn't, and they haven't, and they know it's not theirs. So that's why I say please give the land back and solve the problem. If you don't want, well, there you go. May Allah Almighty protect us, we feel, and that's why we speak. And when we speak, they don't like. But what can we do? We will, and we call on our leaders, the political leaders, always to do more than what they're doing, to ensure the safety and security of our people, and not only that, to ensure that, inshallah, by the will of Allah, whatever was stolen from them is given back, and that would resolve the matter. It doesn't mean that the people who are there would be killed. No, they wouldn't. When independence came to South Africa, what happened to those who perpetrated the crimes of apartheid? Are some of them not living around us here now? They're still there, but they now live under a different rule. So it doesn't mean you want to exterminate people. It means you want to correct a historic wrong and you can still live here amongst us. But who will be in charge? The people whose land it is. May Allah Almighty protect all of us. These Israelites, the children of Israel, were promised a holy land. What is this holy land? Al-Ard al-Muqaddasa Musa alayhi salam told them that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written for you the holy land, meaning Al-Aqsa in Jerusalem, from the time when he saved them from bi'idhnillah, from Fir'aun. And he said to them, let's walk there. Cutting the story short, it's also in the Quran, we all agree on this. When they reached the Holy Land, they sat down on the ground. The Prophet ﷺ said that they put their hands behind like this, if the narration is authentic. But in the Quran it says that they sat on the ground and they said to Moses and Aaron, to Harun alayhi salam and Musa, Idhaba, go you both, wa rabbukuma, and with your Lord faqatila, you go and fight. We are going to stay sitting here. In another verse they said, oh Musa, in there are giant people, we can't beat them, we're just farmers and stuff. We're not going to go in there until they get out. And so the story goes that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbid them from entering it, and they ended up for 40 years in exile in the lost land. This is all agreed upon till now. Now here, the current Israeli people, this is what they hold on to. They hold on to what? Everything around why they're in there. Everything has got to do with their religious belief. It's just religion. It's their religion, and they're imposing their scriptures and their religious faith and beliefs on everyone else. And they're telling us, this is our land that was promised by God. God took the covenant with us. We are the Jewish nation of the patriarch Abraham, whom God chose. God chose us to carry the message and to carry out the, in his name. We are the original people, and this land is still our promise by God. That's it. Everything else doesn't matter. Everything else that happens, the killing, the uprooting, the exiling, the banishing, the oppression, they think that they have the right so long as God has promised them that. And what they fail to mention is that it was conditional. Allah does not just give a land to a people because something about them is better than anyone else, just for the mere fact that they were born from a particular bloodline. If you say that, that means you are saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is oppressive. What kind of a God is that? Heck, he chooses a particular people from a particular bloodline and then says to them, this is your land forever and ever. No one else is allowed to touch it. No conditions attached. That's it. You can do whatever you want, even if it means bloodshed, even if it means killing, even if it means unjustly, even if it means going against your own Torah, against even killing your own prophets and messengers. They know. They know that in the Old Testament and New Testament it talks about how they killed their own prophets. They killed Yahya, who is John, Yahya alayhi salam. They also tried to kill who? Jesus Christ, Isa alayhi salam, Isa al-Masih, the Messiah. We all know the story. And that's when they split into Jews and Christians and then all the other denominations, Catholics and Orthodox and so on. Brothers and sisters, they forget about those conditions that they broke. If you enjoyed our research, make sure to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. For more awesome and informative content, thanks a lot for being with us.